Hello. In this Excel tutorial, I'm going to show you how to enter and create a phase change line within an already existing graph. Here we have a pretty standard graph. If you have any questions as to how to make this graph, I suggest you refer to the first tutorial. This graph is pretty basic. We have corrects, we have errors, both depicted within separate data paths. You'll notice when I select the data path, either by clicking the line or clicking an individual data point, a few things happen. First, a box appears around the data that is selected. You also can see that each of the individual data points here, 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 and here are selected. This allows us to make some modifications to the data path. I'm going to show you how to do that. What we'll do first, again, is select the data path. You will right-click. It'll bring up this menu. And you want to select the Format Data Series option. And within this tab, you have a number of options available to you as to making changes to the graph and to the data path. So I could select a different data marker. I could select a different color. You should take some time, go through each one of these things, make some changes, get an idea of exactly how this works. So to create a phase change line, first thing we're going to do is select the entire data path. Then we're going to select the point at which we want the phase change line to occur. Let's say that this first data path, this first data point, represents our baseline, and then everything thereafter represents treatment. The first thing I would do is select this path, and then select the point at which I want the break to occur, which would be right here. You'll notice that that automatically deselects all the other data points. I'm going to again right-click, select the Format Data Point option. Previously it said Format Data Series. What I want to do is go to line color. And essentially what I'm going to tell Excel is that I no longer want a line in that area. So I select no line, and you see immediately that that goes away. I'm going to do the same thing to the errors. Again, I select the point at which I want the break, right-click, Format Data Point, line color, no line. You'll see a nice, clean, empty area where that line once was. So this is the first piece of creating a phase change line. The second thing we're going to need to do is actually draw in a phase change line. Now, an important note here is it's best to draw the line in the graph when the graph is selected, and I'll show you exactly why. So right now you can see that my graph is selected by this box around it indicating it's highlighted. If I click off, you'll see that this rim goes away. So I'm going to click back on it. Again, the graph selected. I'm going to insert a shape, and what I want to use is this line right here. This is just a click and drag job, something you're probably pretty comfortable with. So I'm clicking, bringing the line up. To get a straight line, if you hold down Shift, it'll actually make the line straight for you. You won't have to worry about making it perfect. And there you go, basic phase change line. Now what you'll notice, if I pick this graph up and move it, the line stays with it. That's because we drew the line in while the data or the graph was selected. Let me just show you real quick what happens if we draw the phase change line in without selecting the graph. I'm just going to quickly delete it. Again, insert, shapes, line. I'm going to draw it in. Looks just like it did the last time, although this time it's not as straight. But if you notice, when I move the graph now, the line no longer stays in place. That's why it's important before you draw the line in, you have to have the graph selected. And you know it's selected by this blue rim, it might be different on your computer, that appears around the graph. Well, I hope that was helpful. If there's any other questions, feel free to send me an email. I'll gladly make another video. See you in class.